Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is, part of the video suite that I said I want to start doing. Being vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. If you watch my welcome video, I'm not going to give you the whole spiel again because it's unnecessary. Today, I want to talk about something that I'm pretty sure most of us have been going through or will be going through. Stress. I want to talk about specifically stress, bills, resources, and management of our lives. Sounds like I got it all together, but I don't. So just know that looks can be deceiving. You might see all this around me and think, oh, it's such a nice place. It comes with what it comes with, okay? First off, I want you to realize that everything will be okay. It will. Just like getting your heart broken, sometimes you feel like you're in that moment for forever, but it's temporary, okay? The feeling is temporary. And if you can remember that, it can definitely help you get through it. Figuring out what is the cause of your stress. Lately, I've been doing this whole sweep of my life of what I will call removal. Simple. Removal. Okay? I am removing any and everything that causes me stress in whatever shape or form. It doesn't matter if it's minuscule. Gotta go. We're at that time in our lives where we can't be apologizing or holding on to things that only burden us. Life enough is a burden sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, but that's how it came out. Don't just think that maybe one thing is stressing you out. It can be multiple things. It could be that you're working at a job that you really don't like. You're failing your classes. You're driving too far to go to work. You're not making enough, or you're not making what you deserve, or you don't even have a job. You get my point. Another easy way to figure this out is journaling. Being able to clear your mind for a moment and focus solely on what is going on with you is great for figuring out what the stress is, where it's coming from, and don't try to structure it, just free write. Going back and reading, I really figured out what it was that was stressing me, or even in the moment causing me stress, and I was able to remove it and reduce it. The hardest part is removing the stress. I read something online that says sometimes we can be addicted to the stress. It's very important to realize if that is something that you do, because of course it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Like procrastination is something that a lot of us do, and we know we do it, but we don't take the steps necessary to not always procrastinate, which means we don't mind the feeling of the stress that it causes. I always used to say, yeah, I get my best work done when I'm procrastinating, but I didn't realize that was because I was doing all my work under pressure, under stress, which you shouldn't work in those conditions. I basically tell myself all the things that I won't be able to do because I'm choosing to procrastinate. And by doing that, it makes me say to myself, either I don't care, which I know that I do, or it makes me get up. And I've noticed lately a change in this habit is more so I get up, I get to get my wonderful shower in without rushing, I get to get out and I don't have to clock watch. Like, oh my God, I have 2 minutes to do this, and then I get to work on time, and then that's less stress. Now, if you don't care, you just don't care. But in the workforce where we want to get great references and network and of course get better job placements, we do care. So we're gonna get our tails up and we're gonna get to work on time, okay? Now, if it comes to people, I know that it can be so hard because we're human. We grow attachments, we consider feelings, but at the end of the day, you have to put yourself as number one because no one else is going to. And if you don't put yourself as number one, you're basically letting everyone else know that you don't care to think of yourself last, which means why should they care to put you first? With that being said, removing toxic people. Now that doesn't mean that you have to destroy relationships. It just means you have to reevaluate them and put them on terms that benefit you. Hey, they can benefit them too, but we're talking about you here, okay? So you have a friendship, they only come around when they want something. How would you remove that friend? You have a friendship where they come and they just talk about other people. How would you remove that friendship? And maybe I shouldn't just use the word remove, maybe I should say fix, because you can also fix these things. How can they benefit you? Now, when we stress, there are ways that we cope with it, right? We all do. We have our coping mechanisms. The idea, though, is to make sure that those coping mechanisms are positive or lead to a positive outcome. The issue is we can stress and we can submerge it, suppress it, ignore it, and that's not healthy. So we need you to now begin to figure out ways to cope with your stress in a positive way, and or if it's a negative way, lead it to being positive. And then that leads to removing it. I already said stop putting yourself in positions that generate stress, that addiction that I was talking about. Look for those signs, be aware of them, and stop doing them. Trust me, a non-stressful life is way better than a stressful life. And I know it sounds like duh, but when you are so used to it and so used to it driving you, you don't realize how much you feel that you actually need that stress in order to push you. So, and lastly, most importantly, realize when that stress leads to defeat and depression, because it can. You can let this stress build up on you so much that it just tends to stack on, and then before you know it, you feel defeated. You feel like you can't overcome this mountain of stress that you've let accumulate. So take notice of that, because as soon as you feel defeated, it's like you give up, and when you give up, sometimes that can lead to depression, and we definitely don't want the stress leading there because it is temporary. Okay? It's temporary. You will get through it.